Hey guys, Devin Gridley, All Father Fitness, and today I'm doing a answer to a question I got asked, and it was a video idea on what are the best foods to eat when dieting. Now, I can't exactly just give you a list of I guess I could give you a list of foods, but that's not really what I want to that's not really the information I want to give you. Instead, I'm going to alter the video question a little bit, and it's just how to diet and how to make any food in your calorie range or whatever that may be, and just how to make any food you want. You can have any food you want. There's a way to make every single food within your diet. Even if it's not exactly healthy, you can still have it. I've talked about that before. You can have unhealthy food and it still fit in your calorie margin, but obviously if you're trying to diet, you're trying to be healthy, so you can find healthy alternatives, and there's a way to do that in everything you cook and eat. There's plenty of YouTube videos you can watch, but no one really explains how to do it. They just give you recipes. You make the recipe, it's good, fits in your calories, whatever, then you memorize it. But instead, you can figure out how to do it yourself instead of having to go and watch these videos, as well as you can trial and error with foods that you like but they don't make. You have specialty foods or whatever. And how to do that, first off, to diet and how to be in a diet, be in a caloric deficit. You have to be in a calorie deficit to be in a diet and do a diet like that so you can lose fat. That's the ultimate goal for a diet, is to lose weight and fat, obviously. So how would you do that? First thing you want to do, helps a lot, is fiber. Fiber and protein. You want a lot of fiber and protein to do that. But this isn't a how-to diet video. It's a how to make your food dietable and it just fit in your calories. So how would you go about doing that? Make sure you're eating a lot of fiber with your food, like a salad. Salads are obviously going to help you a lot, but how to make food lower calorie. And this is how you do it. You cut fat out. You get fat-free everything and anything, basically. And I know this is a little bit more difficult because I am sure most of my audience isn't older people that can go out and buy their own food. They're mostly teenagers, so you kind of have to convince your parents to do this. But really, it just makes sense logically to go and do things like this. But fat-free milk, fat-free cheese, basically any fat-free dairy that you eat on a regular basis, get fat-free. Try to get sugar-free things as well. Sugar-free and fat-free is really what's going to make your health go up a lot, as well as keeping everything really low in calories. You can make so many different types of things. Take my French toast, for example. I make French toast almost every single morning. I don't use whole eggs because a whole egg, the yolk is mostly fat and cholesterol, and it's just has a lot of nutrients in it. So I keep like one or two in my batch of my batter. I guess you throw the toast in and then you cook it, whatever. But I do egg whites. So I'd get the egg, crack it, I throw one in, maybe two, and then I do egg whites, however many I need to make my entire French toast. And in that way, I'm able to literally cut in half how many calories I'm eating with that French toast. You just, as well as finding things like fat-free, this and that, is finding just low-calorie foods. This is what takes time, effort, and you have to really know how to do it. So how you do this is you have to go and find a food. If you find, let's take bread for example. You walk up to the bread aisle and you find two breads there. And one's 100 calories per slice and one says 50 calories per slice. Obviously the 50 calorie one is going to be better. You can also look at other nutrients in it if it just you want, and how it tastes obviously matters a lot and all that good stuff. But you go and look at it, but you have to be wary because a lot of things trick you. It's not going to be bread because it is measured by per slice, but other things can trick you. Things like tortillas. Tortillas are notoriously big on cheating people out of calories. They lie about it because instead of saying one slice, they say this many grams. Say 50 grams is 100 calories. How do you know what 50 grams is? You just assume that one slice is 50 grams instead of going and measuring it and realizing, hey, it's actually 100 grams and you're eating double the calories because you just didn't pay attention. So how to properly diet, you're going to need you can get a small little scale at a lot of different stores, and it just measures your food really accurately. This also helps you track your macros, and it helps you track your calories way better than using some fitness app. Now, it does take more work and effort, but if you really want to see your goals become reality and just see it happen really fast and as good as you can possibly get, as optimal as it can be, you're going to have to take that step forward and put a little bit more work into your diet. And I guess that goes without saying, putting a lot of work into doing something you want. Obviously, it's just logical, but getting this little scale, measuring your food, making sure you're able to get low calorie foods as well as sugar free and fat free foods is going to tremendously decrease how many calories you're eating. And to replace that and keep yourself satiated, eat a lot of veggies, fruits, protein, things like that. And dieting from there is just maintaining your hunger. But like I said, you eat things like fiber and protein, you're going to be satiated, drink lots of water, you're just going to be full all the time, and you'll be eating great food. It'll be healthy for you. It'll be better for you, better for your diet. Now, if you're in an actual diet, things like keto, carnivore, I really don't have enough knowledge to go about telling you how to do things like that. But really, if you're not taking in animal products, most of your stuff is going to be fat free, really. So you're already eating like really low calorie foods and just low dense calorie foods like that. If you're in keto, it's, I really don't have enough knowledge to say, but you just don't eat super high fat foods. It's just, and that's kind of a problem with keto because you have to rely on eating a lot of fats and proteins rather than carbs because you cut them out, obviously. So you eat more fats, but it's not really necessarily something you want to do because it's not healthy fat always. Things like avocado, omega-3s from salmon, things like that. Instead, you're getting animal fats, and those obviously are not good. You don't want to get those. But that's really all I can say on what foods to eat. I could give you a list, but is that really going to do anything for you? I can make a list like top 10 vegetables to eat, top 10 fruits to eat, top 10 different carbs, top 10 different proteins. And it's not really going, you'll know it, but it's not really going to teach you anything. Instead, go and buy yourself a scale and make your own food and trial and error with things. If you do, let's say you make anabolic protein brownies or whatever. You throw protein in it, you make sure to take sugar out and use stevia or something of the sort, and then it's not as good as you want. You just keep trialing and error until you're able to make it how you want and how you like it, which is a very good alternative. It also helps you diet a lot because you eat foods that you want, and it teaches you more about foods and how to make them, obviously, so you can make a lot of different foods. It gives you experience to be able to go in and trial and error with other foods, and it just kind of stacks up from there, and it'll help your diet tremendously. So I definitely recommend going and doing that, getting the experience, getting the scale and weighing your foods, finding your calories and your macros and all that good stuff, and make sure to buy low calorie and low fat foods, and everything should be really simple from there. Watch my other fat video or fat loss video, how to lose stubborn fat, just to get all the information, because that video was really where everything took place. This is something I just kind of left out and forgot about, but hopefully it taught you. Really, main takeaway from here is just getting the scale. That's going to be like the most important part. Measuring your food out and getting not exact, but almost near exact calorie count is going to help you a lot. And that's really all I got from there. You know the drill. Follow, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.